Hi everybody, my name is Jay. I'm the founder and CEO of Instelite, and I wanted to just talk to you briefly about Instelite, what it's going to be doing for your account, and hopefully answer any questions that you're going to have coming up in the next couple of days. So I started the company 2 years ago with my own personal Instagram account and several other business accounts, and I got really good at it. Over the years, I've been split testing different strategies, seeing what works so that we can maintain top growth, peak growth, and also engagement as well. I've tried 10 to 30 different Instagram growth agencies to try and get a feel for each one, nitpick some of the best features of each, and incorporate that into one super company I like to call Instelite. I'm very proud of what we do. I promise you nobody does what we do better than I do. So let me go over some of what I've learned and the strategy that we're going to be using on your Instagram account. So I want to start off talking about personal accounts, whether that be influencers, an account like me. I'm a medical student, so I like to appeal to medical students, nursing students, doctors from all over the world. So what I do for my targeting is I target people internationally with a negative follower to following ratio that are very active and very engaging. So what I mean by negative follower to following ratio, and this is important because you're going to be seeing this in the next days. So say you're looking at an account and they have 2,000 followers. So followers, 2,000. And their following is 3,000. So they're following one more person, 1,000 more than are following them. So their ratio is going to be 2,000 over 3,000, or 2/3. It's less than 1. So that's what we're going to be targeting. The reason that we target these users with a negative follower to following ratio is because they are most likely to give you a non-reciprocal follow back. What that means is that most of the time, someone follows you and you follow them back because you want to keep them as a follower. But as soon as you realize that that person unfollowed you, you're going to do the exact same thing to them. These people are the least likely to do that because they don't consistently check who's following them. They don't necessarily care. They're following you because they're interested in your content, and they're going to engage with their content as well. They're not just ghost followers that are following you. So that's one of the ways we achieve the peak growth as well as keeping the engagement up, because we need to make sure that these accounts are engaging. So we only interact with people who are commenting, liking on other posts on target accounts. So the target accounts, say, we're going to use my account for example again. I'm a medical account. And there's Dr. Mike, who's got over 3 million followers now. I know that his followers like him because he's a handsome doctor. There's likely to be a lot of overlap between his followers and the people that are likely to want to follow me. So he's going to be one of my best target accounts. I'm going to target the people that are interacting with his posts. So hopefully I get to steal them. They're going to see my account and hopefully want to follow me. So here's the way that I interact with that user. After we find them based on who they're following and that they're interacting with that account, we then follow that account. Now, follow is the most important interaction you can do, hands down. People who don't want to use it, they're selling themselves short. So after we follow them, we're then going to blow up their feed by liking their last 2 to 3 posts. What this does is it reinforces the follow action, but it also encourages that account to engage with you. For our varsity clients and above, after this, we're going to go a step further and leave a comment on their latest post. This is also very effective in letting them know that your interaction is genuine. You're liking their content, you're commenting on their content. You want them to genuinely think that you want to follow them and you want to interact with them. This will often lead to a comment back. I would monitor your account for people responding to those comments, saying thank you, etc. And then you can go in and reply to them, and it'll seem much more organic, and you're much more likely to retain. Now there is another way that we can use this and this. For likes, a lot of time people like to increase their exposure even more by not liking the post of the person that we followed, but instead doing a hashtag search. So for example, if I were to hashtag search med school and go through and like all those posts, I can do that instead. It's less effective for building a following and gaining engagement. This is the most effective way. We can also do a similar thing with comments, where I can tailor each comment to the hashtag that I'm searching for and commenting on. So for example, I was searching for hashtag med school. I could go in and comment, med school struggle, something along those lines where they would think there's no way a robot could be doing it, it's too accurate. The problems that we were having with that is that people would use hashtag med school on a picture of their dead grandma, and then you were commenting something irrelevant. It's not an error in our system, it's an error in theirs. We still offer both of these features if you want to turn them on. After this, we do an unfollow cycle. So we follow about 800 users per day until it hits your maximum, which we set for you or you can set in the registration form. Once it hits that maximum, we do a strategic unfollowing. The way that works unfollow. So the first thing that we do when we're unfollowing is we unfollow the people that never followed you back in the first place. I don't need to write that down. This is very simple. The first people that get unfollowed are those that never followed you back during the follow cycle. They're useless, we get rid of them. After that, the people that did follow you back, we want to be a lot more strategic in unfollowing them. We do that by putting a delay, usually a 3 to 5 day delay on when that user gets unfollowed. That makes much less likely of a chance that they'll notice you unfollowed them, or at least they'll have time to see your latest post and engage with you before they make that decision on whether they want to unfollow you or not. So if you're one of our executive accounts or above, we get to use the direct messaging function. And this function is awesome for selling. It's awesome for signing people up for free trials, for services, letting them know about your business, or anything that you can imagine. This is your chance to share a URL, share a picture, or anything you can imagine. And there's several different ways that we can use this direct messaging function to optimize your business, generate some sales, generate some leads. I use this religiously on all of my business accounts. I highly recommend utilizing it to its fullest. So one way that we can use our direct messaging function, and this is the most common way that I suggest businesses use it, is to DM somebody only after they follow you. Kind of like an introductory DM, and you're not spamming them because they followed you, they made that decision. Now they're gonna get a DM. After a user follows you. Another way we can do that is after you follow a user, you send them a DM regardless if they follow you back. And I use this on a lot of business accounts where I post a lot of advertisements and I want to target established users that would actually be potential clients for me. I'll send them a DM, it'll go to their request box, it almost always gets read. Sometimes it can come off as spam, but you can't deny that it's effective, it works. After you follow them. So now you've sent them a DM. If they don't respond, you can send them a follow-up DM after several days. That's one effective way to use an autoresponder. The next is if they do respond with certain keywords like price, how much, you can give them a price, you can give them a breakdown, you can offer them a free trial, you can offer them a coupon. You can set it up to respond to every DM that you get. The way that I recommend doing it is one of these ways, and leave it there, and you just monitor your inbox, and you're generating leads, and you respond to these leads as they come in. Something else about the DMs is that we only DM people that we follow on your behalf, and we'd never DM somebody that you've had a previous conversation with, so do not worry about that. And also going back to the follow-unfollow, it's important to note, and I get this question all the time, that all of the people that you were following when you first start with us, they're safe, we're never gonna touch them unless you ask us to. So another feature that's available included with Executive Power Suite and Big Business, and you can buy this as an add-on with other features, is the automatic likes. I use this feature on my business account. I never use this feature on my personal account. I think it can negatively affect your long-term engagement, but I think that it's great if you want to establish yourself as a brand people engage with, and you're a business and maybe you don't have the best engagement going in, and businesses in general don't generate very good engagement, so this can be very useful. We have the ability to put up to 500 likes on every single post that you make. We do not control where these likes come from. They could come from any spam account, any business account. They're just for show. They don't increase your actual views or exposure. They won't get you to the homepage that people will find you on, but they're great for increasing exposure, increasing brand reputation. Power comments. This is something only included with our business packages, but again, you can buy this as an upgrade. We work with several partner accounts, anywhere between 30 to 50 on a good day. And these partner accounts, we use them to generate specific comments that we can leave on all of your new posts. Now, these comments do increase your exposure because they're coming from large established accounts. They'll increase your chance of ending up on the Explore page, and they'll really give your brand a nice boost in terms of engagement and what people think when they come to your account. So for example, if you're an app and you're selling this kind of service, you could tell our big time partner accounts to leave a comment on your app post saying, I love your app, just downloaded your app, just signed my friend up for your app. And it leaves a lot of social proof in there and a lot of room for improvement. Now again, the possibilities are endless. The way we have the registration form set up is just for convenience for the most people. Just about everything that we do can be tailored specifically to your account. If you want to target a more established user base, if you don't want to interact with people from this country or from that language, we can do pretty much all of that. If you want to interact with a certain gender. Now, but it is important to know that our capabilities are limited to what a person decides to disclose when signing up their Instagram account. So for example, when I sign up, I have the option to select my gender, male, female, or unspecified. If I decide not to select a gender, there's no way for us to know if that person is male or female. So if you want to interact with only females, some might slip through the cracks. And that's basically the same principle with our blacklisted words interacting with inappropriate accounts. If that person uses inappropriate lingo in their bio or username or content, our program knows to skip over them. But if they don't and they post that inappropriate content anyway, sometimes we can interact with them by mistake. We just ask you to be patient. If you identify any patterns, we can usually fix it, but just unfollow that user and move on. It's a numbers game, and we're pretty good about doing what we do. So again, if you have any questions about any of this is my email right here. It's just j@instelite.com. Happy to help any of you with anything that you need. I hope you schedule your coaching session, your free onboarding coaching session coming up with our Vice President Brian. He's excellent, and he'll answer any further questions that you have. But I'm excited to grow your Instagram account. I'm very passionate about what I do, and the possibilities for someone with a lot of followers are endless. I can't even tell you how many opportunities I've had just based off of Instagram alone, and it's only been about a year. You can all do it, but it's teamwork. Content is king. Please produce amazing content. Please interact with your followers. Please use every feature, your stories, your IGTV, as much as you can. If you do all of that, I guarantee you'll be successful. It was great to meet you, Jay Feldman. I'll talk to you soon.